All right, the first thing I'm going to do is show you how to set up a contact in Top Producer and set them up with a search for finding them an apartment. So first thing you're going to want to do is log into Top Producer, topproducer8i.com, put your credentials in there, go ahead and sign in. Next, you're going to want to just go here to Contacts. You're going to click on Add Lead. Once you have them in here, you're going to want to input their basic information because you want them to know what you're doing, what you're going to be sending them prior to sending it to them, so when they get it, they don't delete it or it doesn't go to their spam, or if it does go to their spam folder, they're aware of it because it's kind of important. So obviously you're going to go ahead and on the select from a modify or select from list, you can put them in here as a renter. I think there might even be an apartment thing. Nope. So you're just going to put them in here as a renter. Click done. You'll put their name in. Be sure to put their phone number in here so that you can call them later. You're definitely going to put their email in here. So I'll just use my personal one here. You're going to put any notes. So looking for 2-bedroom apartment in, just go with the Colony. Has pets. Max $1,400 a month. Okay, one of the important things you're going to put though is the source. So on the source here, you're going to, or sorry, not the source. Source is not that important. Is the action plan. So the action plan you're going to want to put them onto is the apartment lead. So go down to Chris Oleg dash apartment lead. You can create your own. This is just the one that I have set up. And then go to save and add more details. So once that happens, it's going to take you to the landing page for the person. You'll go to this activities section here, and it's going to give you your essentially your next task. So your first thing you want to do is you want to follow up to their inquiry. These are not in order. There's no way to sort them differently. It's just the way it is. So you're going to follow up to their inquiry. If you click on the little magnifying glass, it's going to allow you to preview it. And it basically just says, thanks for contacting us to help with your apartment search. If you're looking, great. Here's how it works. We send them their criteria. They need to be sure to write Ola Group Realty on the guest card. Our service is free. If they're looking to buy a house, they can also do that. And then you're going to send that off to them. So I'll go ahead and send it off. Once that sends, your next step it's going to give you to do is set up a search in Smart Locator. So you're going to open Smart Locating. If you Google Smart Locating, it will pop up. Just search for Smart Locating, and it redirects you a couple times, but the site is called Smart Apartment Data. But if you go to smartlocating.com, then it'll take you to this landing page. This is what it will look like. Actually, it'll take you to the login. It'll take you to the main login. The login is chris@oliggroup.com. The password is capital R, capital E, 2014 $. So be sure to come back to that if you need it. So you'll log in, it's going to take you to this main page. This is kind of the initial landing page. The first thing you want to do is just go to this create new client record. It's a separate database, but it's just for apartments. So you're going to put their name in. So let's just say Chris OG Test. I'm going to put the email address again, olegc@yahoo.com. It's good to put all this information because it'll tell you if they're working with someone else. So put in the phone number of the person. You can mark the status as something, whether it's active lease. So let's just go active looking. If you want to put any notes in here, you can. But after you get their main contact info in here, you're just going to click save. And this page is going to tell you something important. It's going to tell you this right here, this conflict alerts. It's going to tell you if they're working with someone else. If it's green, then they're not working with someone. So like right here, this is green. So that means my name, phone number, email address hasn't matched up with any other apartment locators in the area that claim to be working with me. So once you verified that, then you're going to want to set a search up. So you click new search. And it's kind of like the MLS page where you have all the criteria that you want. So that person, me in this case, is looking for an apartment in the colony that has, I don't remember. Let's see. I have pets, 1,400 a month, 2-bedroom. So I'm going to go right here. I can either search by address, I can search by distance from a location, or draw the area on a map. In this case, I'll just draw the area on a map. And it's going to show me an aerial of the area here. You'll use zoom in to whatever region you're looking for. You have the little hand that you can drag things around, and then the little shape is what you use. So you click on the little shape. I'm going to pick like all this area here of the colony. Click the perimeter, and then you'll end on the last dot, which will highlight it. You'll click continue, and it'll take you back to the criteria page. So right now there's 19 properties in that area that fit or that are in that area. Then you're going to select the criteria. So you're going to have your price range. So we want 1,400 is the max. They need at least 2 bedrooms. They must accept pets. You can put in how many pets, how big the pets are, if there's breed restrictions, stuff like that. You can fill in other information. If someone says that they have to be with valet trash, you have all the different criteria that the apartments have. You want to keep it pretty limited at first in checking boxes so you don't take away too many properties. You can always whittle them down later. One thing I always check is on this policies. If someone has misdemeanors, felonies, you can add those. But I always uncheck or check the must not be senior housing, because otherwise they'll get a list of senior housing things as well. So once you do that, you can also select commissions that it pays a certain amount. For now, we just won't do that. So you can kind of see what fits the initial criteria. Once you have their criteria set up, you go up here to run search, and it's going to run the map search along with the criteria, and it's going to give you the list of apartments that fit that area. So here's the list of all the apartments that fit. You can scroll down. You'll have the name of that property, any specials they're running, basically just the address here, when it was built, or if it was renovated, because some people want newer places. You can say, well, it was built in 99 but renovated in 2013. These are the bedroom, bath, the rents, how much they're paying. So send is how much they're paying if you refer the person without going in. Escort is how much they pay if you escort the person in, and then occasionally they'll have the bonus here. These send and escort are generally the same thing. They usually pay the same amount. These ones that don't pay anything, we usually won't send people there because we just don't make any money on it. So what we'll do is we'll click select all, and then we'll scroll down and we're going to uncheck the ones that aren't paying us. We're even going to uncheck the one that's not paying us more than 50%. It doesn't really leave a lot in the colony. There's really like 1 or 2 left. But you know, we have to make sure we're taken care of as well. So once you have that list, then you're going to go ahead and click email. And all the apartments that you're sending them are on here. I don't think you have to, but I always highlight them. It's going to have the email address you're sending them to. The subject, you can put apartment list in, let's just go with the colony. If you have any attachments, you can attach those there. If you have a letter that you want to type to them, there's a couple form letters here, like an initial contact letter that you can you can select. It will fill in properties report and stuff like that. You want to check everything here. So you want to show them the contact info, the copy me, so you receive a copy. It actually goes to me. Register this client. You want to filter out undesirable floor plans and then mark any rents that are unavailable as unavailable, so they're not receiving those. After you have all that checked, then you click send email. So it says that it was successfully sent. Now you want to register the client. So click OK, and then it's going to ask you, who do you want to register? Obviously, I want to register this person. You want to be notified of any transmission failures so that you can know if you need to register them a separate way in the system. Comments to property, I always put thanks, and we look forward to working with you. Estimated move-in, if you know that they're moving in next Friday or something, you can put that. And then where you want to request the registrations to. Again, I check all of them, and if you see in the corner right here, it just came through the apartment listed. So I want to send registrations to all the apartments on that list. It'll tell you this little apartment reg and things like that, email. That's the ways that they're requiring people to register them. The system, since we pay for it, registers them in any way that they request it automatically. So once you have all that checked, you hit submit, and it's all done. So from there, they have received their list of properties with all the specials, all the floor plans, everything. We just saw the proof when it popped up, just so you know what it looks like. They'll get this email. They can click on properties report. It'll tell me right here that it's starting to come through saying that we registered these people. I shouldn't have actually sent it because now all these apartments are going to see my email. This is what the email looks like that will come through to the client. It's going to have my name up here. It's going to say Christopher Oleg because we have one account that everyone uses. You are free to pay for your own account. I think it's about $30, $33 or so a month to have it, or you can just use our account for free as long as you need to. It just lets them know to be sure to write, Christopher Oleg, Oleg Group Realty, or your name on the guest card. It gives them this little snapshot right here of the same thing. And then it's going to have all the apartment information. They can click on these. They can look at the floor plans for the places. It's got all sorts of good information. So after you send them the email with the properties, you're going to want to go back to Top Producer, go back to this activities section, and you're going to check off that you set up the search. And then your next pending task is going to be to send sent list of apartments. So if you want to see what the email says, it just says by now you should have received a list of apartments to fit your criteria. If you need to make any adjustments, let me know. Be sure to write Oleg Group Realty on the guest cards. The leasing agents don't ask them. We sometimes offer a $100 Visa card if they do write us in because we get paid for really not doing anything. But without proof of that, we can't pay them. So you want to make sure that they do that. You go ahead and send that. And that's pretty much all you need to do. These next two emails are going to be automatic. After that, you're going to in a couple days, about 10 days, it's just going to say to verify the signed lease or just kind of keep track with them. Once you verify there's a signed lease, then you're going to add them to Utility Connect to get their utilities transferred over, and then you want to load them into Back Agent. There's more steps to it as well that I'll go over once you load someone in. But in the meantime, that is how you set up someone for an apartment search. So I'm going to open this back up. So you have that again, the login and the password for that. If you got any questions, just let me know.